Sure. So, I want to circle back a little bit to ISOM 1. So about the company. So obviously that exploded and you made like $3 kajillion and you so were you even expecting that at all? Like
not even close. I'd be lying to you. I don't care how confident I was confident. I think you have to be and your work, but I was confident, but $3.7 million. No, I didn't even consider that an option that was going to happen. Right. Mm-hmm. And I was like, look, man, if we just make our money back, in some capacity, I'll be happy because this is the first book. And that obviously just absolutely exploded. And look, it happened because of a few different reasons. It wasn't just one thing. It was timing. You know, you got all this customer dissatisfaction going on right now, and people are looking at the industry the way that they are. So they're at least more than they ever have really in modern history, considering alternatives to maybe the usual publishers. So we had that going for me. Obviously, I made sure that just as far as customer facing, everything was as polished, though we had our tech problems, but I was making sure like we looked like a legit company, not just some guy just coming in and thinking that, he was going to do a comic book. It was like, no, I tried to take this serious as I possibly could. And I wanted to show the audience that. So you had that. And then it was just obviously, you talked about backwards and some of the other things that I did. So at least I had an audience that could know about it. Right. So it was a combination of so many different things that it couldn't be done again. I don't think it could, anybody for that matter. If a new company just came by, I don't think that could be replicated. It was the timing aspect. So it was like a perfect storm, lightning in a bottle. We caught it and we made it happen. And this is why it was so important for us to get things moving, because we knew that wasn't anything that was going to be like every like thing that we dropped was not going to make 3.7 million, not going to make $1 million for that matter. So we had to start making sure that we were catching on with that momentum and putting out of the work and getting to work and making sure our like logistics were in order. We had to get another warehouse, all that stuff. We did that in that short period of time, so that now we're in a position now where, it's, we're putting out so much material. So we have different buyers and they're buying at different points. Not everybody's buying day one. And, all that the buyer habits have started to make an adjustment. And it works out perfectly for us because that foundation was laid. And that's a big shout out. It's a testament to really our team here at Rippaverse and the forward thinking individuals that we have here that are like, okay, this isn't the time to rest. Right. Yeah, we saw the success, and I turned all my part-time guys to full-time guys, and I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to do it right. And we got to work immediately, and we're just reaping the benefits now.
Yeah. Did it make you nervous at all when that number kept going up and up and up, and you're just like,
well, yeah, it did. And I think that a lot of people, I'm glad you asked that question. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, the old saying, more money, more problems. It really is the truth, because when you're thinking, okay, I got a little small scale kind of campaign, maybe I sell a couple of thousand books and I'm good to go, right? Even a couple of thousand is a lot, right? Mm-hmm. So I went from thinking, though, that was the area that we were going to be in, to selling like 60,000 books. And so I'm not just thinking like, right. I'm not just thinking, well, we're seeing a lot of success. That number keeps going. I'm thinking, and that's my job, obviously, as the owner, a responsible one, at least. Well, how am I going to get these books out to these customers? I got this smaller warehouse that the square footage, I couldn't fit all the books in there. There was no way that I was going to be able to do that. So I'm scrambling. I got to get guys to work the warehouse, because now, again, thinking that me and my wife and a couple of the buddies that I pay some money to, we can just pack these orders. Now that turns into, you need a team. You need an entire team, and you need to get the supplies, and you got to get your ducks in a row with the shipping. And now I got to negotiate these deals with the parcel companies. Like, things changed like that, right? Mm-hmm. It changed, and we had to scale up in a very short amount of time, because I got to get these. Because it was like 2 months, right? Where I got to scale my business up and get the books out at the same time. It was crazy. And I'm really impressed with how our team handled that. I mean, everybody knows this. I work every single day, weekends included. packing orders, right? I was there in that warehouse. I packed so many orders. I don't know how I packed that many orders, but we were able to get it done. I'm happy with how it turned out. And we did have to get immediately to work because we were like, well, we need more space. I had to get another warehouse and stuff. But yeah, it was more problems that were created out of that we had to scale up and deal with. And it was just a laundry list of them. And I'm really impressed with how my team handled that.
Yeah. I like that you mentioned your wife, because my wife and I run multiple businesses together. And so, yeah, you just kind of bootstrap it together all the time. Like, we're always working together, doing this, going to that one, going to this. But like, I love where you're like, well, we thought it was going to kind of just be us doing it. And now we're like, oh, crap. Nope, that's not going to work. You know, that's awesome.
That's how it worked. And, we laugh. Me and my wife laugh about that all the time. It's like, yeah, we thought that we were just going to be able to do it ourselves. And it's like, nah, not anymore. That dream faded. And I mean, immediately. There was no way that we could do that. So yeah, and more power to her. Love her to death. She was a trooper as well. She supported me along the way, and we added some team members, and that's immediately where I went to. I started like reaching out to people that I knew to help me build this thing, and I got to give a big shout out to all of those. Like, a lot of people know that, like Brenden, who was my operations manager. He runs the warehouse now. It was a groomsman in my wedding, right? So happen to be surrounded by some awesome people. Talk about Backwards, my financial operations guys, Alex, right? Who is the vocalist of the vocalist in Backwards. A video editor, one of our video editors, that especially on site video editors, Brian, a member of Backwards, right? So I immediately went to people that I knew. Now, granted, they had some experience there in the job that they're filling, but I had to go to people that I knew first that were willing to say, I'll walk away from this job with, big X company to go help my brother get this stuff done. And man, blessings. I mean, because those guys really helped me out immediately. And we were able to get these books out, and also, again, just scale this business up. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, it's great to have that support system. And I was thinking about, so the first ISOM was, you said about 60,000 books. Was that the first one?
Roughly, yeah. Like when it was all said and done, maybe not during the campaign window, but when it was all said and done, like after those months, it was around it might have been like closer to 4. No, yeah, it was. It was closer to 50, 60 around there during that window, because it was more for like 42,000 total purchasers during that window. So yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that makes me, so the town I'm from is only about 6,000 people. So I was thinking that math of like, so you sold 10 times the amount of people where I live.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
that's crazy. That's crazy to think about, man. It was nuts. I never, and then now to imagine just how much volume that we handle from day to day. Like, yeah, we're not going to, because we're releasing just way too often, have another $3.7 million collection or campaign, but the volume is still the same, right? Because any given day you can sell 10,000. I mean, that's on an off day, $10,000 worth of just non-collection campaign items. It's just and it's just so much stuff that's coming in and going out of the warehouse just every day. I mean, you think about even with Bloodroot, which we just finished. There. We just finished that, which is crazy, on like a week. Not even, like, we finished that in a week, and that it's several thousand orders that were just associated with that went out like that. I mean, these guys got it down, man. They got it down pat. So, man, again, big shout out to the warehouse team, and how we had to learn a lot along the way of just scaling up.